Anchor yourself in the knowledge that every revelation is part of a divine plan. Every exposed truth serves a purpose in the orchestration of understanding, alignment, and growth. Your role in this unfolding is active, not passive. You are called to respond with clarity, to speak with integrity, and to act with wisdom. The exposure of your son-in-law is not an end, it is a beginning. It is the opening of a doorway to clarity, accountability, and potential reconciliation. Approach this moment with patience, courage, and discernment, for how you respond will shape not only your family's present but also its future. Do not forget that compassion is as essential as discernment. While truths may shock or unsettle you, remember that every soul is capable of transformation, reflection, and redemption. The unveiling of hidden deeds provides an opportunity for course correction, for acknowledgement of mistakes, and for the cultivation of honesty and responsibility. Extend understanding where it is earned, enforce boundaries where they are required, and uphold truth above all. The unfolding of these revelations will ripple through conversations, decisions, and interactions within your household. Let each moment be approached with intention. Speak with care, act with purpose, and observe with mindfulness. The divine light guiding you ensures that clarity will prevail, and that wisdom gained from these exposures will strengthen the bonds that are meant to endure. Stand steadfast. Witness fully. Respond thoughtfully. For the unveiling of your son-in-law is not merely about observing actions, it is about embracing insight, exercising discernment, and aligning your own conduct with the principles of truth, justice, and compassion that I impart to you. Let this understanding shape your words, your choices, and the environment in which your family flourishes. God says, "Be ready." This will make you cry hard, not from despair but from the power of seeing clearly at last. For when the heart meets truth, the walls that held back feeling begin to crumble, and what was silent begins to speak. I am calling you to the place where nothing false can survive, where love itself becomes the light that reveals everything. You have carried questions in the secret chambers of your soul, questions about why things happen the way they do, why people change, why love hurts, why silence can be so heavy. I have seen every tear that you refuse to let fall. I have counted every breath you took in pain, thinking no one saw. But I have seen. And now I say, it is time for release. The weight you carry was never meant to be permanent, it was the soil in which understanding would grow. Be ready, for revelation is coming, and with it a river of feeling so strong it will wash through you like rain after a long drought. Do not resist it. Do not hold back the tears. Cry, for tears are not weakness, they are cleansing, the language of the soul speaking when words fail. Each tear you shed is a seed of clarity, a spark of light released from the heaviness of confusion. I am not here to break you. I am here to awaken you. The pain that trembles in your chest, the memories that rise like shadows, the truths that press against the edge of your understanding, all these are part of the holy process of renewal. For only when the old walls fall can the new foundation of love and truth be built. You ask, why must revelation hurt? And I say, because truth pierces illusion, and illusion clings tightly. The heart that has lived too long behind defenses must feel them shatter before it can breathe freely. But after the tears, there is peace, peace deeper than the silence of night, peace stronger than the storm that preceded it. Do not be afraid when emotion overtakes you. I am there in the trembling. I am the calm that waits beneath the flood. I am the voice that says, "Let go, you are safe." Even when your own understanding falters, my understanding holds you steady. You are not alone in this unveiling. I am with you in every heartbeat, in every breath, in every tear. This is not punishment. This is awakening. This is the moment where love reclaims the places that fear occupied. Be gentle with yourself. The world teaches you to hide pain, to appear strong, to silence your feelings, but I teach you that strength is born in honesty, that courage lives in openness, that truth and tenderness are not opposites but companions. As the veil lifts, memories may return, moments of regret, of guilt, of longing. Do not turn away. Look at them through my eyes, and you will see that even the hardest chapters carried purpose. Every mistake was a teacher. Every loss carved space for compassion. Every disappointment prepared you for wisdom. Be ready, for the next chapter is one of transformation. I am reshaping you from within, calling your spirit to rise above the noise of the past. The cries you release now are not cries of defeat but of birth. You are shedding an old form and entering a new season where authenticity becomes your armor, and love, real love, unmasked and steady, becomes your strength. The world around you may not understand what you are going through. Some will think you have become too emotional, too vulnerable, too changed. Let them think so. They are still asleep. You are awakening. The path of awakening always looks strange to those who still live behind the veil of denial. Walk it anyway, for the light ahead is worth every tear, every tremor, every lonely night of searching. When the wave of emotion comes, remember this: it is not the end of you. It is the revealing of you. The truest version of yourself, the one I created, the one untouched by fear, is rising to the surface. Let it rise. Do not shrink back into the old patterns of silence and endurance. Speak, feel, release, forgive. You are not what you suffered. You are what you became through surviving it. Cry hard, yes, but know this: every tear is holy. Every sob that escapes your throat is a prayer I understand perfectly. You do not need perfect words when your heart is already speaking so clearly. I am not distant from your pain. I am inside it, transforming it into strength, shaping it into wisdom, turning what felt like breaking into becoming. The time has come for you to see the beauty within the breaking. To see how even sorrow carries light. To understand that endings are not punishments, they are openings, doorways to deeper love. And you, child of my breath, are standing at that doorway now. Step through. Let the old dissolve. Let the new begin. God says, "You have cried before, but the tears I call forth now are different. They are not the tears of hopelessness, but the tears that appear when light touches the hidden corners of the soul. Every drop that falls from your eyes carries away a fragment of heaviness. You are being cleansed, not punished. There are moments coming when you will feel memories stirring like waves, things you thought you had buried, faces you thought you had forgotten, words you once wished you had never spoken. Do not resist them. They rise not to haunt you, but to be healed. The heart can only hold so much before it must empty itself to make room for peace. When the flood begins, remember me. Remember that I am the stillness in the center of every storm. The world may spin, emotions may rise, thoughts may rush like wind, but my presence is unmovable. You are safe here. Let the storm pour through you until it passes, and in the quiet that follows you will feel a new clarity, a new softness, a new beginning. You ask, will this pain ever end? And I say, pain ends not by erasing it, but by understanding it. You will learn to see your scars as maps of where love has already touched you, not where it has abandoned you. You will look back and realize that every season of breaking prepared you for a depth of compassion that could never have existed otherwise. Be ready, because revelation is not just about seeing others clearly, it is about seeing yourself clearly. You will discover parts of you that you forgot to love, pieces of your heart that you locked away because you feared rejection or failure. But I am opening those rooms again, one by one, filling them with light. The same light that created the stars now shines within you. Do not fear the loneliness that sometimes accompanies growth. It is only the silence between the ending of one song and the beginning of another. In that silence, I am tuning your heart to a higher melody. Listen. Breathe. The world rushes, but I move slowly, deliberately, perfectly. You may see people drift away, connections fade, habits crumble. Do not cling. What is leaving is making space for what aligns. You cannot carry both truth and illusion in the same hands. Let go of what is false so you can hold what is real. You have asked me for signs, for proof that I am near. Look closer. I am the warmth that finds you in cold moments, the quiet understanding that rises when you thought you would break. I am in the laughter that surprises you after grief. I am in the stranger's kindness that restores your faith in love. You have never been forsaken, not for one heartbeat. The tears you cry are not a sign of weakness but of readiness. You are strong enough now to feel fully. Once you feared feeling because you believed it would destroy you. Now you know it is the doorway to freedom. Let it open. Let yourself be honest with me. Tell me what you cannot tell anyone else. Speak even the words that tremble on your lips, I can bear them all. Be ready, because soon you will see how much light you carry. The world tried to convince you that your softness was a flaw, that your empathy was weakness, that your dreams were impossible. But I say, your softness is power, your empathy is wisdom, and your dreams are seeds of divine intention. The world needs what you are becoming. You will weep again, but differently. Not from pain, but from gratitude. You will remember the nights when you thought you would not survive, and you will smile at how far you have come. You will see that every closed door was protection, every delay was timing, every disappointment was redirection. And when you finally stand in the light of your own healed heart, you will understand what I mean when I say, nothing was wasted. Not one tear, not one moment of confusion, not one heartbreak. All of it was a sculptor's hand, shaping you into the soul who can now carry peace, who can now teach love, who can now see truth without fear. Be ready. The tears are holy. The change is sacred. The new beginning is already here. God says, you will notice how the air feels different after you have wept. The weight that once sat on your shoulders will seem lighter, and you will breathe more deeply than you have in years. That is how healing begins, not in noise or display, but in the quiet sigh that comes when the heart finally releases what it has been holding. You may not understand everything yet, but understanding is not required before peace. Trust arrives first, clarity follows. Trust that I am guiding what you cannot yet see. Trust that I am working even in the pauses, even in the stillness. Nothing about your journey has been wasted, nothing is random. The pattern is forming even when the threads look tangled. When you feel empty, do not rush to fill the silence. Sit with it. That emptiness is space I have cleared so that new life can grow. It is not loss, it is invitation. When you feel lonely, remember that solitude is not absence, it is presence unshared. I am there. I have always been there, waiting for you to notice that you were never truly alone. You will begin to see beauty in small things again, a leaf falling, a stranger's smile, the sound of rain on glass. These are not coincidences, they are reminders. Every detail of the world whispers my name if you listen closely enough. You are surrounded by messages of love disguised as ordinary moments. Be ready, for your eyes are being opened to the quiet miracles that were always around you. The miracle of your own heartbeat. The miracle of forgiveness that rises in your chest when you thought it impossible. The miracle of laughter returning after long silence. Do not underestimate these things, they are signs of resurrection. I know you have been tired. I know how heavy it has felt to carry worry, to hold responsibility, to keep going when you wanted to stop. I saw every time you chose kindness even when you were exhausted, every time you whispered a prayer even when you doubted I could hear. Nothing went unseen. I have kept a record not to judge you, but to remind you how courageous you have been. The world may not always reward kindness, but heaven treasures it. Every act of quiet goodness shifts something unseen. Every time you forgive, you move mountains in the spirit. Every time you show mercy, the universe bends a little closer to grace. The tears you shed tonight water the seeds of joy you will harvest tomorrow. Do not fear the depth of your feeling, it means you are alive, awake, human, divine all at once. Feeling deeply is not a flaw, it is evidence of a heart that still believes in love. Be ready for restoration. What was broken will not remain broken. What was lost will return in another form. You may not receive the same things you once desired, but you will receive what your soul truly needs. My timing is not delay, it is precision. I do not withhold, I prepare. When you look back later, you will see how every unanswered prayer led you closer to yourself. You will bless the waiting seasons. You will thank the silence. You will realize that I was not ignoring you, I was transforming you. Let go of bitterness. It cannot live in the same heart that carries hope. Let go of comparison, for no two paths are meant to look alike. Let go of shame, for I have never demanded perfection, only honesty. You are not what you regret, you are what you are becoming through grace. I am shaping you quietly, like the tide shapes the shore. Each wave seems small, but together they change the landscape completely. You are being remade, day by day, into someone softer, wiser, freer. You do not have to see the progress for it to be real. So, cry if you must. Feel everything. Then lift your eyes. A dawn is coming, slowly, gently, but it is coming. And when you step into that light, you will know that the tears were not wasted, that the waiting was not for nothing, that every ache had purpose. Be ready. You are being renewed. God says, "My child, listen carefully, because what I am about to reveal to you has been waiting in the shadows for far too long. You have lived many days thinking that certain parts of your past were fixed, unchangeable, simple memories shaped only by destiny and time. But the truth is deeper, more surprising, and more personal than you could ever imagine. The past you carry in your heart, the past that shaped many of your doubts, insecurities, fears, and delays was not created only by life's circumstances. It was manipulated by someone you still talk to today. And heaven needs you to know this urgently, not to scare you, but to free you. Because freedom begins when truth finally enters the places where confusion once lived. I have watched you wonder why certain things in your life never felt fully aligned, why certain relationships felt heavier than they should, why certain opportunities slipped through your fingers even though you were sincere, hardworking, loyal, and pure in your intentions. You blamed yourself, thinking maybe it was fate or timing or your own mistakes. But I, your God, tell you today, the wait was not your fault. The delay was not a punishment. The confusion was not a sign of failure. Someone you trusted, someone whose voice you once believed, someone who still speaks to you today, altered the truth of your past because they feared who you would become once you discovered how powerful you truly are. My child, you must understand that there are people in your life who smile at you today but once whispered things that distorted your journey. They planted doubts about your worth. They rewrote the meaning of events you lived through. They exaggerated your flaws, minimized your strengths, and made you believe that you were the problem when you were the blessing sent into their life. They covered your light with their own shadows because they feared what would happen if you saw yourself the way I see you. And now the time has come for the truth to rise. But before I reveal more, I want you to breathe, because nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You are protected. You are chosen. I am with you, and I will never let any darkness overpower the destiny I have written for you. Every attempt that was made to mislead you will now be reversed. Every lie that was told to weaken you will now become a reason for your rise. Every manipulation that touched your past will now become the beginning of your liberation. Trust me. Pray to me. Stay close to me, because this message is not to harm your peace, it is to restore it. You have always wondered why certain misunderstandings happened at moments when you needed clarity the most. Why relationships ended abruptly. Why friendships shifted without warning. Why certain people changed their behavior after hearing something about you. Something you never said, something you never did. You thought it was fate breaking things apart. But no, someone was quietly pulling the strings. Someone you still greet with kindness. Someone whose voice still enters your life. Someone who pretended to protect you but feared losing you. Someone who told others their version of your story before you ever had a chance to speak your truth. You have been walking with a shadow behind you, a shadow created not by your actions but by someone's insecurity. And that is why, even today, you sometimes wake up feeling confused, unsure, carrying emotions that seem heavier than the reality around you. Your soul remembers what your mind wasn't allowed to see. But God sees it all, and today, I am clearing the path for you. Not by exposing this person through conflict, not by pushing you into a fight, not by creating chaos in your heart, but by opening your eyes in a gentle way that empowers you instead of hurting you. You don't need to confront anyone. You don't need to accuse, defend, or explain. The revelation itself is the healing. The awareness itself is the protection. When I reveal truth to you, I also reveal strength within you, my child. Your past was shaped in ways you never deserved. Someone wanted you to doubt your memory, to question your own intuition, to think that you were smaller than you are. But I tell you now, you were never small. You were never weak. You were never the problem. The manipulation was a reflection of their fear, not your worth. There were moments when you cried alone, believing that you misunderstood situations. But no, you sensed correctly. Your heart was never wrong. Your intuition has always been my whisper inside you. The person who changed your past narrative did so because they thought they could control your direction, but what they didn't understand is that I oversee every direction of your life. And now, I am restoring what was taken. You will soon begin to notice clarity returning to you in ways you cannot explain. Memories will make sense in ways they never did. People's true intentions will slowly reveal themselves without you ever needing to ask. You will observe behavior, words, patterns, and energies that confirm what your spirit always suspected. And as this clarity comes, so will your healing. You will not feel bitterness. You will not feel anger. You will not feel the urge to confront or argue. You will feel something softer, something divine. You will feel relief. You will feel peace. You will feel strength